Hello students, welcome to Narayan PU College online classes. So in the last video, we have discussed about the reactivity towards 15th group elements reactivity towards halogens, hydrogen and oxides, and also we have discussed the anomalous properties of oxygen. Clear? So next topic here is dioxygen. Put the heading dioxygen. Dioxygen. So what is the formula of dioxygen here? O2. This is dioxygen. So in this class we have to discuss about preparations of dioxygen, physical properties, chemical properties and uses. Clear? So how we have discussed further remaining in the previous for nitrogen and PCl5, PCl3 all. So in the same way we will discuss preparations, physical properties, chemical properties and uses. Clear? And first of all, put the heading here, preparations. Preparation methods. Preparation method. How to prepare this dioxygen? Clear, no? So the first one is a laboratory preparation. A laboratory preparation. Laboratory preparation. Clear? How we will prepare in the laboratory this dioxygen? Clear, ma? So how we will prepare means we will prepare dioxygen by the decomposition of potassium chlorate. By the decomposition of which one, ma? Potassium chlorate. And in this one, by decomposition of potassium chlorate. What is the potassium chlorate here? KClO3. This is the formula. By the decomposition of potassium chlorate. So you know that here KClO3 decomposition means you have to supply what it is, ma? Heat energy. Clear? And also very important here, the catalyst MnO2. Manganese dioxide is the catalyst during this reaction and supply some amount of heat energy. Then KClO3 will be dissociated into KCl plus oxygen. Balance the equation. So in this case, so here 3 oxygens are there and here 2 oxygens are there. So I will balance the oxygens first by multiplying this one with the 2 and this is with the 3. Yeah? So automatically oxygens are balanced here. This side 6 oxygens and this side also 6 oxygens. Now 2 KCl and here you have to put the 2 KCl. Clear? So this is the first preparation. Clear? And second preparation. By decomposition of oxides of metals low in electrochemical series, and higher oxides of metal metals. So this is heading is somewhat lengthy. Metals. Clear, no? So here by decomposition of oxides of metals and which are lower in you can say which are lower in electrochemical series. I already mentioned electrochemical series that we have already studied in the first year redox reactions, and that same we will study in the second year also in the electrochemistry when the chapter starts. Clear? But here you know that hydrogen will be the middle of the electrochemical series, and above the hydrogens there will be some metals, and below the hydrogens some metals and non-metals are there. So now, and you know these are, we are discussing lower in electrochemical series. Clear? What are those? Copper, silver, gold, those type. Clear? So and also higher oxides of what it is here? Metals. So what are those here? Suppose I will write simple example here, HgO, mercuric oxide. So what it is a HgO, and if you heat this compound, Clear? Then what the compound you will get? You will get Hg plus O2. Clear ma? Take here 2 moles and here 2 moles of Hg because oxygens 2 are there. In the same way, silver oxide Ag2O and heat it, then what you will get ma? And here oxygen is there and you will get Ag plus oxygen, because you know these oxides are unstable. The metal oxides, the metals which are placed below the hydrogen oxides are somewhat unstable, they can easily decompose, and these are, you know, metal oxides decomposition. And also you can take higher oxides like Pb3O4. Clear ma? This can also be called as red lead. What we can call red lead, and heat this, you will get the compound is PbO plus oxygen. It also gives the what it is, oxygen. Clear ma? So now balance here. How many Pb atoms are there? Here 3 are there, so I will multiply this one with the 3. Clear? But here you see oxygen atoms are not balanced here, so what I will do, I will multiply this one with the 2. When I multiply this one with the 2, and here 6 will come, and 2 into 4 8, and 6 plus 2 8 oxygens. Clear? Lead oxide plus oxygen, you will get it. In the same way, you can take here MnO2, manganese dioxide. Clear? MnO2. If you heat this, you will get the compound is Mn3O4, and what you will get here, oxygen. Balance here, how many manganese atoms are there? 3, and you know 3 into 6, oxygen 6, and here also 6. And you see in all this case, in the same way, lead oxide, lead dioxide you take and heat it, you will get the compound is lead monoxide plus oxygen. Clear? Same, multiply this one with the 2, and here with the 2 and 4 oxygens, and it is. So these are the, you know, decomposition of metal oxides, and which are present in the lower in electrochemical series, and also higher oxides of the metals can decompose and gives the which compound here, oxygen. This is the second preparation method. Clear? And the next one, what is the third one? Third one is from or simply by decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Decomposition of which one here? Hydrogen peroxide. You already know what is hydrogen peroxide. The formula of hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. Clear ma? You know that in the hydrogen peroxide there will be a peroxy bond. This is hydrogen peroxide, right ma? This is hydrogen peroxide. So here this bond is very weak, because here oxygen is having lone pair of electrons and these oxygens are very close to each other. Then there will be a repulsion between the oxygens. So to avoid that repulsions, these two oxygen atoms move away from each other. When they are moving away from each other, bond length increases, so that's why bond become very weak, and hydrogen peroxide is not that much unstable. Clear? So that's why. And if it is undergo decomposition, and you can put here some catalyst, or MnO2 also sometimes we will use, or finely divided metals can be used as a catalyst for this reaction, then hydrogen peroxide will be, you know, dissociated into H2O plus oxygen. So whenever hydrogen peroxide decomposes, it gives the water molecule and what it is, oxygen gas. Okay? So these are three you know, preparations for the oxygen, and some 2 are there, and we will discuss that. So next one is by the decomposition of oxygen rich compounds. So oxygen rich compounds will be there, and if you supply heat energy, and those also produces the which one here, oxygen. Put the heading here, by decomposition of oxygen rich compounds. Oxygen rich compounds. Oxygen rich compounds. Clear no? So you take here oxygen rich compounds, clear, and those gives, when you heat that those compounds, and you will get the what it is here, and oxygen. Take here KMnO4. What is the KMnO4 here? Potassium permanganate, and heat this, you will get the potassium manganate, K2MnO4. Along with this, you will get the MnO2, and plus what it is, oxygen. Clear? And take here potassium 2 moles are there, 2 moles here, then automatically everything will be balanced. Here Mn2 are there, and here Mn2 and 8 oxygens, and here 4 and 4, here 8 oxygen. In the same way, so in the same way, potassium nitrate, what is the formula? What is this? Is potassium permanganate, and this is potassium manganate. What is this? Potassium manganate. This is potassium manganate, manganese dioxide. Clear ma? And potassium nitrate, and heat this. This is what it is ma? Potassium nitrate, and heat this, then what you will get? You will get the potassium nitrite plus it gives oxygen. It gives what? Oxygen. And what is the name of this compound? Potassium nitrite. And this is what? Nitrate, and here what it is? Nitrate. Nitrite and nitrate. Clear? And if you balance this, and you know here 4 oxygens are there, and here 3 oxygens are there, multiply this one with the 2, then automatically here 2 into 2 4, and 2 6 oxygen. In the same way, barium peroxide, BaO2, and just you heat it, and just now only I mentioned, if peroxides are there, when you heat it, automatically gives the what it is ma? You know, oxygen. It will gives the oxygen. In the same way, you can take here barium peroxide and heat this, you will get the compound is barium oxide plus what it is ma? Oxygen. So here balance, and because here 3 are there and here 2, so balance, multiply with the 2, and you will get the compound. Here in all cases you see what you are getting. You are getting what it is ma? Here oxygen. Clear? And the next one, 5th one. Clear? So commercial preparation. How in the, you know, commercial means large scale of oxygen will be prepared. How will be prepared this oxygen in large scale? Clear? So the main source of commercial preparation or large scale preparation of oxygen is, and 2 are there, oxygen are, one is from air and another one is from water. Another one is what it is from water. Clear? Large scale preparation of oxygen or commercial preparation of oxygen. So mainly from 2, one is the from air and another one is from water. Clear? How we will prepare? How we will prepare large quantity of the oxygen from the air? So first one is from what it is ma? Here put the heading air. Clear? So you already know that atmosphere means air. In the atmosphere almost 21% of oxygen and 79 or 78% of, you know, nitrogen is present. So we can extract the oxygen from the atmosphere. So how means, first of all what you have to do, first to do the liquefaction of air. So air is means, you know, in the form of gas, and so that's why liquefy, then what it is, what it will be converted into, it will, gas will be converted into liquid. Clear ma? And after that, first what we have to do is we have to remove the carbon dioxide and moisture from the air. Clear? Then do the liquefaction, and after then it is in the form of, you know, liquid, and then do the fractional distillation. When we do the fractional distillation, the liquid contains both the nitrogen and oxygen. You know that nitrogen is having low boiling point than the oxygen, so it will be distilled first and it leaves the, you know, oxygen behind. So that's why after removing all, you can collect the oxygen in the form of liquid. Clear? So that is the preparation. First what you have to do from air, first remove carbon dioxide and what we have to remove? Moisture. Remove from air. Remove carbon dioxide and moisture from what it is here? Air. Then what you have to do? Liquefaction. Do the liquefaction. Clear? Liquefaction means what will be present here? Oxygen and nitrogen in form of which one? Liquids. And after then do the fractional distillation. Do the what it is here? Fractional distillation. You know that when you do the fractional distillation, which one will be removed first here? Nitrogen gas removed. Why? you already know, I have already discussed this one in the previous. Nitrogen is having, you know, 77 Kelvin what it is, ma, boiling point. So that's why it will be removed first, and which one will be left here? Oxygen is left behind. Clear? So then oxygen is we got the oxygen here. So this is large scale of oxygen can be prepared from the which one, ma, here? Air. And also I mentioned here from the water. From the water also we can prepare the oxygen in large quantity. How? Just simply by doing the electrolysis. Clear, ma? So here next one is from water. From water. Clear, ma? From water. So what you have to do? Electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of which one, ma, here? Water. You already know how to do this electrolysis. You have studied in the first year only. Clear? So if you do the water electrolysis, clear? Electrolysis, clear, ma? So then what you will get? You will get the hydrogen gas plus oxygen gas, where hydrogen gas will be formed at cathode and oxygen gas will be formed at anode. And these are the preparation methods of which one, ma, here? Oxygen. So we have completed preparation methods of dioxygen, and the next one is physical properties of dioxygen. Clear, ma? So you know that oxygen is a colorless, odorless, tasteless gas. Clear? And next one, it is slightly soluble in water. You know that due to this means oxygen is slightly soluble in water, that is sufficient for the surviving of aquatic animals. Clear? Next one, it liquefies at 90 Kelvin and freezes at 55 Kelvin. Clear? Just now only I mentioned nitrogen, how we will a large quantity of oxygen is prepared from the air means I already mentioned from the liquefaction of nitrogen and air, then you will get the nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen is having low boiling point 77, but oxygen is having boiling point is how much? 90. So that's why which one first distilled out? Nitrogen. That's one I have mentioned previous. Clear? And freezes at what temperature? 55 Kelvin. And it has 3 stable isotopes. You know what are isotopes? Isotopes means having the same atomic number and different mass numbers. Clear? So that's why these are the 3 stable isotopes, and it is a paramagnetic. Even though it is having, you know, even number of electrons, but it is a paramagnetic, that you have studied in the chemical bonding in your first year. Clear? So next we will go for chemical properties. So next one is, put the heading chemical properties. Next one is chemical properties. So physical properties of oxygen we have completed. Now it is chemical properties of oxygen. You know that oxygen between the two, oxygen means, you know what is our formula here? How we will write the structure? There will be a double bond present between the two oxygen atom, and so that's why whenever oxygen is involved in the reactions, initially it requires some heat energy to break this bond. Clear? Because they are not a single bond, it is not involved easily in the reaction, so it is having double bond. So that's why first of all, whenever oxygen is involving in any reaction, first the double bond has to be broken. So how it will be break? By initially supplying some heat energy. Once the reaction starts, it continues on its own. Clear, ma? Once the reaction starts, it continues on its own. So that's why the reactions of dioxygen is exothermic. What it is, ma, here? Exothermic. Write that point. So here reactions of dioxygen, reactions of or chemical reactions of dioxygen, chemical reactions of dioxygen are what it is, ma, here? Exothermic reactions. Exothermic are what it is? Exothermic. Clear? So this exothermic means, you know, in the exothermic reaction what will happen? Heat is generated, and that heat is sufficient to carry out that reactions. Clear ma? So this is about the chemical properties. You know that reaction, why means, you know, first initially temperature is required, after then reaction once starts, the reaction takes place on its own. So that's why, and most of the chemical reactions involved dioxygen are exothermic, heat automatically generated, and that generated heat is sufficient to carry out the reaction, need not to supply much amount of the heat energy again and again. Clear? So that is, and so that's why, and here oxygen react with metals, non-metals, and also compounds, and converted them into respective their oxides mainly. Clear ma? So put the first heading here, reaction with metals, reaction with metals. Clear? So whenever it react with the metals, and metals are converted into what it is, my respective metal oxides. Clear? Suppose simply I will write here sodium. Whenever sodium is reacted with oxygen, what you will get my here? Sodium oxide, monoxide. Clear? So how many moles I have to take here? You see here 2 oxygens are there, so multiply this one with the 2, then sodiums how many are there? 4 are there. Clear? In the same way, if you take suppose magnesium plus oxygen, what you will get here? Magnesium oxide. Clear? So here 2 oxygens are there, multiply here 2 and here multiply by the 2. Clear? In the same way, take aluminum plus oxygen, what you will get here? Aluminum oxide, or can also be called as a aluminum trioxide. Clear? So what we can also be called as what it is, ma? Alumina. So here balance here, how many oxygens are there? 3. I will multiply this one with the 3, I will multiply this one with the 2, then automatically oxygens are balanced. Now how many aluminiums are there? 4. So that's why multiply this one with the 4. And this is about reaction with which one, ma? Here, and reaction with metals. In the same way, reaction with non-metals. Clear ma? So next one is reaction with non-metals, reaction with non-metals. Clear? And non-metals also converted into respective oxides, reaction with non-metals. Clear ma? So non-metal means you can already know, carbon, if you take carbon plus oxygen, what you will get ma here? Carbon dioxide. And sulfur plus oxygen, you will get the sulfur dioxide. And if I take here H2 plus O2 at very high temperature, so what you will get ma? You will get the H2O. And N2 plus O2 at very high temperature, you know, you will get the 2NO. And phosphorus plus oxygen, you will get what it is ma? Phosphorus pentoxide. Clear? So this is, take the 5. So many like here. So all these are converted into respect to their oxides. Clear? And the next one is reaction with, what it is here? Reaction with compounds. Put the heading, reaction with compounds. Clear? So reaction with compounds. Third one is reaction with compounds. So metals and non-metals are completed. Clear ma? So reaction with what it is ma here? Compounds. Reaction with compounds. Put the first heading, reaction with ammonia. First what it is ma here? Reaction with ammonia. Clear? So reaction with ammonia. So what is the formula of ammonia? The formula of ammonia is what it is ma? NH3. Clear? See now, this reaction we have already studied. Have you remembered this one? NH3 plus O2. What you will get ma? You will get NO plus H2O. Where you have studied this reaction? Where we have discussed this reaction? Clear? Ostwald process. Have you remembered? Ostwald process. In Ostwald process, this is the first step. Clear ma? So ammonia reacted with what it is ma? Here ammonia react with oxygen. I mentioned here catalytic oxidation of ammonia by oxygen. That is the first method in Ostwald process. That is only. So here there I have mentioned what are the catalyst also. You know, platinum and rhodium gas catalyst. Clear? So how much temperature we have maintained there? 500 Kelvin, and how much pressure we have maintained? 9 bar pressure. Then what we will get, ma? We get the NO plus, what it is, ma, here? H2O. Okay? So I already balanced in that one reaction, 4 and here 5 and here 4 and this is 6. Clear, ma? So this is reaction with what it is, ma, here? Ammonia. Next one, reaction with sulfur dioxide, SO2. Reaction with what it is, ma, here? Sulfur dioxide. Clear? So you know that sulfur dioxide plus oxygen, you will get the compound here is sulfur trioxide. Dioxide react with oxygen, what you will get, ma, here? Sulfur trioxide. You know, balance here 2 moles you take and here 2 moles, then automatically it is balanced. But here also you have to maintain the catalyst and all here. So what you have to do here, V2O5 we will take as a catalyst and 720 Kelvin temperature and 2 atmospheric pressure or 2 bar pressure. Clear, ma? See now, in this case what happened, in this case, this is we will called as, in the contact process, this step will come. In which process, ma? Contact process, and this step will come. Clear? You remember? Clear? And this is about reaction with SO2. And the next one is reaction with HCl. Reaction with what it is, ma, here? HCl. Reaction with hydrochloric acid, you know, HCl. So what happened here? So HCl whenever reacted with oxygen in presence of cupric chloride, then you will get H2O plus Cl2 will be removed. Clear, ma? So hydrogen and oxygen will be removed as a H2O and chlorine will be removed as a Cl2. So 2 moles you take here, then H2O means you have to take 2 moles here, because you see 2 oxygens are there and here I have to take 2 oxygens. How many hydrogens are there? 4. So I have to multiply this one with the 4. How many chlorines are there? 4. I have to multiply this one with the 2. Clear? In the same way, reaction with zinc sulfide. Reaction with what it is, ma, here? Zinc sulfide. What is the zinc sulfide formula? ZnS. This is reaction with what it is, ma? Zinc sulfide. You know, and ZnS plus what it is, ma? Treated with oxygen in very high temperature. Clear? So what you will get, the compound is ZnO plus SO2. ZnO plus what it is, ma, here? SO2. Balance here and take here 2 moles and here take, because odd number of oxygens are there, I am multiplying this one with the, you know, even number. So that's why ZnO is there. How many sulfur atoms are there? 2. So that's why here 2. So total how many oxygens are there? 6. So that's why multiply this one with the 6. Clear, ma? And the next one, last reaction is reaction with you know, hydrocarbons. Reaction with what it is, ma, here? Hydrocarbon. Clear, ma? So you know, whenever oxygen is reacted with hydrocarbon and it gives the carbon dioxide plus water, and you know those reactions are exothermic reaction. This is a combustion reaction. Combustion reactions always are which one, ma? Exothermic reactions. If I take suppose hydrocarbon CH4 plus what it is, ma? Oxygen, then what the compound you will get? You will get the CO2 plus H2O and some heat energy will be released. Clear? In the same way, and balance here, how many carbon atoms are there? 1. And how many hydrogens are there? 4. I will multiply this one with the 2. So then how many oxygen atoms are there? 4. So multiply this one with the 2. Clear? In the same way, take suppose H2C2H4 plus oxygen. In the same way you do here. So what you will get, ma? Always whenever there is a hydrocarbon reacted with oxygen, it gives the carbon dioxide plus water only. So here also C2H4 plus O2, you will get the CO2 plus H2O. Balance here, how many carbon atoms are there? 2. So multiply this one with the 2. How many hydrogens are there? 4. So multiply this one with the 2. But how many oxygen atoms are there? You see 2 into 2, 4 plus 2, 6. So that's why I have to multiply this one. And these reactions we will call as a, what we will call combustion reactions. Combustion reactions. Clear, ma? So all combustion reactions are you know, all these reactions are which one ma? Exothermic reactions. What we will call those are exothermic reactions. So these are the what it is ma here, these are the reactions of what it is ma, oxygen. So next one is uses of oxygen. Clear ma? So you know that oxygen is used in oxyhydrogen and oxyacetylene flames. Clear? So which are used for cutting and welding. In the welding shops you might have seen. So whenever they are using for welding, they will use, you know, oxyacetylene flame. That is actually it is filled with the, you know, the cylinder is filled with oxyacetylene. So that's why what happens, and when they burn and it produces very high temperatures, you know, up to above 300 degrees centigrades also, not 300, 3000 degrees centigrade also. So that's why they are used for what it is welding and also cutting, and it is used in the metallurgical process. Metallurgy one chapter is there, and there we will explain so what is the use of oxygen in the metallurgy. Clear? And you know, this is common use, artificial respiration, so in hospital during the surgery, and by mountaineers, you know, when they are moving for high altitude, oxygen level is less, so that's why they carry the oxygen cylinders. And also by divers in deep water diving, so in that one also they will carry the oxygen cylinder. So liquid oxygen is used as a rocket fuel. In the rocket fuel, liquid oxygen, it is used in the rockets, liquid oxygen is used as a which one ma, fuels. And these are the main important points of which one ma here, dioxygen. So next one is oxides. Clear ma? So what are the oxides means? The binary compounds of metals and non-metals with oxygen, called as what it is ma here, oxides. Clear? Write the statement here. Binary compounds of metals and non-metals. Binary compounds of metals and non-metals with oxygen. Clear ma? Called as oxides. Clear? So now these oxides are divided into two categories. One is simple oxides and another one is mixed oxides. Clear ma? What is the first one here? Simple oxides. Clear? And the second one is what it is? Mixed oxides. So we will discuss about what are the simple oxides and what are the mixed oxides. Put the first heading. See here, simple oxides. Clear no? So these simple oxides are divided into four categories based upon their acid and basic properties, acidic and basic properties. And these simple oxides are further divided into four categories. One is acidic oxide. First one is basic oxides, and the second one is acidic oxides, and the third one is amphoteric oxides, and the fourth one is here neutral oxides. Clear ma? So these are four oxides. Simple oxides are divided into, you know, four categories based upon their acidic and basic character. So what is the first one here? Basic oxide, acidic oxide, amphoteric oxide and neutral oxides. And first we will discuss about here as basic oxides, and we will discuss all, and after then we will go for the mixed oxides. Next one is, I will start with the basic oxides. Put the first one is basic oxides. Clear ma? So here basic oxide. What are these basic oxides? You know, oxides when combined with water and produces bases, called as a what it is ma here, basic oxides. Clear ma? An oxide which combines which combines with water, which combines with water to give or to form, you know, bases. Bases are called what it is my here, basic oxides. Clear? Means what it is, take the one oxide and just dissolve that one into the water, and then test the solution by using litmus paper. You can easily identify whether it is a acid or base. If it is base, then that oxide we will called as a what it is my here, basic oxides. Clear? Mainly here, earth metals, first one is first A group and second A group, except second group, except what it is my beryllium. Alkali metal, alkali earth metals, except alkali earth metals, except which one? Beryllium. And and transition metals forms basic oxides. Form which one here? Basic oxides. Clear? This is. And suppose I will write here one example. And sodium oxide, it is a alkali metal. Clear? So whenever dissolve this one into the water, what you will get here? You will get sodium hydroxide. Clear? Take here how many moles? 2 moles. Sodium hydroxide means what it is? Base. So that's why this oxide we will call as a basic oxide. In the same way, if you want to take here magnesium oxide and that is dissolved in water, what you will get here? You will get magnesium hydroxide, which is a base, and take here 2 moles. You will get here 2 moles of. And in the same way, Al2O3 and not Al2O3 and calcium oxide, same in the same way. So here H2O, you will get what it is here, CaOH twice, and here what it is 2 moles. So these all hydroxides are there. So these are bases. These oxides when dissolved in water and produces which one? Bases. So that's why we will call these oxides as a, which oxides? Basic oxide. And these are basic oxides, so they will react with acids. Bases are react with what? Acid and form salt plus water. And these basic oxides, suppose if I take here Na2O, metal oxides, basic in nature, treated with the acids, base and acid, what you will get? Salt plus water. So that's why you will get here NaCl plus what you will get? H2O. NaCl plus H2O. Balance here, and here 2 sodium atoms are there. Take 2 sodium atoms, chlorines 2, so treated this one. In the same way, if you treat this one sodium oxide or whatever it may be, take here Fe2O3, this is also what it is? Iron oxide, and treated this one with the H2SO4, what you will get here? Fe2SO4 thrice and plus H2O, salt plus what it is? Water. How many are there here? 3. So 3 means how many hydrogens are there here? 6. So that's why this is the balanced. So these are metal oxides, basic in nature, when they reacted with the acid and forms the salt plus water. And this is about the what it is here, basic oxide. And next one is, put the heading, acidic oxide. Acidic oxides. Clear? So what are acidic oxides? Same, an oxide which combines with the oxides, right here, oxides when combined, with water produces acids, produces what it is here, acids, called as acidic oxides. Clear? So mainly non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Non-metal oxides are acidic in acidic in nature. Clear ma? So means non-metals will form, the non-metal oxides are acidic and metal oxides are, you know, basic in nature. Clear? Simple. Take the any acidic oxide, means you know, oxides, non-metal oxide CO2, and treat this one with the water. What you are getting ma? You are getting H2CO3. What it is? Carbonic acid. This is what it is, my carbonic acid, means it is producing what it is, acid. So that's why this oxide we will called as a acidic oxide. In the same way, treat this one H2O plus SO2 plus H2O. You will get what it is, ma H2SO3, sulfurous acid. In the same way, take the here P4O10 plus H2O. What you will get here? H3PO4. What we will call phosphoric acid. And here 12 are there, you have to take 6 moles. See ma? So these are, whenever non-metal oxides dissolved in water, you are getting what it is, ma acid. So that's why non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. These are non-metals, so that's why these are acidic oxides. They react with what it is, ma bases. So that's why we'll give the salt plus water. That you write here. Simple. So these oxides, you know that CO2 is there, plus what it is ma here, NaOH. I treated this one with the NaOH. Then what you will get? You will get the compound is salt plus water, Na2CO3 plus what it is ma H2O. Clear ma? So here 2 moles are there, take the 2 moles. So this is a non-metal oxide acidic, this is a base, acid and base, you will get the salt plus water. In the same way, take here SO3 plus NaOH, take 2 moles here, then what you will get ma Na2SO4 plus H2O, and take here 2 moles, then yeah. Clear ma? So this is about the what it is ma here, acidic oxides. And besides, you know, non-metal oxides, some metal oxides are there which are in higher oxidation states. Those can also be act as a, you know, acidic oxides. Clear ma? So some metal oxides, some oxides of metals, some oxides of metals in higher oxidation state, higher oxidation state also act as what it is ma here, acidic oxides. Clear ma? What are those means? Here some oxides are there, Mn2O7 and you know Cr, O3, V2, O5, etc. These all are, even though it is metals only here, but they are in their highest oxidation states, and those type of oxides can also be act as a which one ma? Acidic oxides only. But actually what I mentioned here, non-metal means here metal oxide should be what it is ma? Basic in nature. But whenever those oxides in the metal atom is having in its highest oxidation state, and those oxides we will called as a what it is ma here, acidic oxide. Simple example, suppose if I take here CrO3 and dissolve this one into the water, you will get the H2CrO4, chromic acid. What we will call ma here, chromic acid. What it is forming here, acid it is forming. In the same way, Mn2O7 treated with the water, you will get the, you know, HMnO4, permanganic acid. Clear no? So these are some exceptional cases here. So this is about the what it is ma here, acidic oxides. Clear? Next we will go for the amphoteric oxides. Put the heading amphoteric oxides. Clear ma? So you know that amphoteric oxides means what it is? They can show the both the characters of acid and bases. Clear ma? So put the third heading is amphoteric oxides. Oxides which are react with both the acids and bases are called as amphoteric acids. You know, if I consider only acidic oxides, they will react with what it is ma? Bases. If I mentioned basic oxides, they will react with what it is? Acids. But amphoteric oxides, they react with both the acids and bases, and those type of oxides we will called as a amphoteric oxides. Right here, oxides which reacts with both acids and bases, both the acids and bases are called what it is ma here, amphoteric oxides. Means what it is ma here, they can show the both the acidic nature and also basic nature. Clear ma? And those type of oxides we will call as a amphoteric oxides. Clear? So now, and main, very important, this is for the competitive examinations, and which oxides are act as a amphoteric oxide. Previous in the mains examination also they have given which of the following oxide is a amphoteric. Clear ma? So mainly here amphoteric oxides are beryllium oxide, aluminum oxide, zinc oxide, lead oxide, and tin oxide, and also dioxide, tin dioxide as a note. These are the main amphoteric oxides. Clear ma? They can react with both the acids and base. Suppose if I take here Al2O3 treated with HCl, now it is acid, so that's why Al2O3 is act as which one ma? Base, because it is amphoteric, they will show the both the acid character and basic character. So what you will get, you see, salt plus water, AlCl3 plus what it is ma? You will get H2O. Clear? So here 3 chlorine atoms are there, then automatically it will be not 3 chlorine atoms. How many hydrogen atoms are there here? Chlorine atoms 3, so that's why here hydrogen is present, so 3 by 2 means you have to take here 2 chlorine, and here you have to multiply, because aluminum 2 and here multiply this one with the 2. How many chlorine atoms are there? 6. Multiply this one 6. How many hydrogens are there? 6. Multiply this one with the 3. Clear ma? In the same way, Al2O3 when reacted with the base, when it is react with the base, it act as a which one ma? Acid. Clear ma? This is acid. Now what you will get? Salt plus water, sodium meta-aluminate plus what you will get ma? H2O. What we will call here? Sodium meta-aluminate. Clear ma? So this is salt. This is what it is ma here, salt plus water. You see, whenever acid is there, it act as a base. Whenever base is there, it is act as a acid. So this is what we will call ma amphoteric. And the last one is here, what is there? Neutral oxides. What it is ma here? Neutral oxides. What is neutral oxides? Neutral oxides means these are the oxide which neither react with acid and are base, and those type of oxides we will called as a neutral oxides. Put the heading here, neutral oxides. What it is here? Neutral oxides. Clear? So what is these are? Oxides which are neither react with acid, or neither nor what it is ma here? Bases, called as what it is ma here? Neutral oxides, called as neutral oxides. Clear ma? So what are the example? Means neutral oxides means they will not react with the acid and also bases. What are the main example? Have you remembered that we have discussed N2O and NO and carbon monoxide? These are the main 3 examples for the neutral oxides. Clear ma? So this is about what it is, simple oxides. And next what it is there here? Mixed oxides. Put the heading here, mixed oxides. Next one is mixed oxides. Clear ma? So mixed oxides means, so here I have written metal oxide which consists of 2 simple metal oxides. In the mixed oxides, 2 simple oxides are present. clear ma? And those means with the metal in different oxidation states, clear? Two simple oxides are there, so two simple metal oxide, and those two simple metal oxides metals oxidation states are different, clear ma? And those type of oxides we will called as a mixed oxide. Metal oxide which consists of two simple oxide with the metal in different oxidation state are called as mixed oxide. I will give you the examples, then you can easily understand. Next one, these mixed oxide shows the properties of both the metal oxides simultaneously. I already said two simple oxides are there, and that mixed oxide it will show the property of the two simple oxides simultaneously. Very very important examples are, you know, Pb3O4, Fe3O4 and Mn3O4. If I write here, suppose Fe3O4, clear ma? Fe3O4, clear? So what it is here, it is FeO and Fe2O3. It is a mixture of what it is ma here, Fe. See, Fe and Fe2, Fe3 and O and O3. One is, you know, oxidation state here +2 and here oxidation state is +3. So mixed oxide containing how many simple oxides here? There are two simple oxides with the metal atom with different oxidation state. In the same way, if I write here Mn3O4, clear ma? So here Mn3O4, Pb3O4, if I write here Mn3O4, MnO plus MnO2, clear ma? So in the same way, MnO and MnO2, clear ma here? So here it is 2 moles, clear? In the same way, Pb3O4, so it is also mixed oxide, PbO and PbO2. PbO here how many? 2, clear ma? 2 Pb and Pb3, and here 2 oxygens and 2 oxygens, total 4 oxygens. You see, these are mixed oxides containing the two simple oxide with the different oxidation state. Here what is the oxidation state? +2. Here what is the oxidation state? +4, +2, and what it is ma? +4. They will show here, this mixed oxide will show the both the properties of mixed simple oxides simultaneously. Suppose if I write here Fe3O4, when I treated this one with the HCl, clear ma? So Fe3O4 means what it is having? It is having Fe2O3 and FeO also. So when it react, it will give FeCl3 plus FeCl2 plus what it is ma? H2O. Clear? See now here. Now take here Fe. This is Fe2O3 and what it is there ma? FeO. So this is +3 oxidation state. This is +2 oxidation state. This is +3 oxidation state. Here +2 oxidation state. Here how many iron atoms are there? +3, 2. So that's why multiply this one with the 2. So how many chlorine atoms are there? 2 into 3, 6, and 6 plus 2, 8. So put 8 here. Then how many hydrogens are there? 4. Clear? So that's why this mixed oxide will show the both the properties of simple oxides simultaneously. Clear? So this is about the what it is mixed oxides.